Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. I'm Linda Karnauskas, and I want to thank you for joining us on this Wednesday, December 21st. Well, we're going to be on location today for a very special feature. We're going to be on location at the Owatonna Arts Center, and we're going to be interviewing the Zamboni twins, so you'll want to stay with us. Owatonna Today welcomes your suggestions and comments on show guests or topics. You can do so by emailing us at owatonnatoday@charter.net or by contacting our show's producer, Leanne at 390-5751. She'd love to hear from you. Meanwhile, we will take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be on location, and we're going to meet those Zamboni twins. So please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Dr. Beth Giltvet.
And I'm Dr. Nick Vincelli of Horizon Eye Care.
We want you to see what you love and love how you see. We're proud sponsors of the Owatonna Today Show.
I needed more than just another dead-end job. I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
With the kids off to college, I decided it was time for me to go back to work and express myself.
Express got me in touch with some really great companies. Now, I'm on my way to a great career.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
United Way of Steele County has kicked off the 2016 campaign. This year's corporate campaign leader is Go for Sport. Our goal is $700,000. Be part of the change you want to see in the community. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We are on location at the Owatonna Arts Center, and we have a special treat for you as Christmas is approaching. We are going to visit with Owatonna's Zamboni twins, and we're here to learn all about their life and their longevity and just find out more about them. Here I have, to my left is Jean Zamboni, and over there in the red vest is Edith. Mm-hmm. And I'm just saying my prayers. I keep it straight. We
won't mix it up.
The whole program. So, and you are twins, and are you identical twins?
Yes.
Okay. And let's share right off the bat so everyone knows. Not sitting the whole time guessing. What are your ages?
We're the same. I'm 15 minutes older.
Okay, so you're the older sister.
But actually we're 92.
Okay.
Today.
And are you proud of that fact, Edith?
Well, sure, it's quite a milestone.
Okay. So let's go back a long time ago, 92 years, and kind of fill us in. Maybe you want to start, Jean, on how you came to Owatonna.
Well, actually we were born at home. Our folks had lived down at the Zamboni building, and they realized there was going to be an addition to the family, and there wasn't much room upstairs there at the Zamboni building, mm-hmm. at the corner of Pearl and Cedar.
So for all those that don't know, what business is in the Zamboni at this point, so they know?
Well, it was a sporting goods store, sort of a general store, and it was a garage. But right now, Christie's is in the original corner part where Grandpa had his. He was a gunsmith, and where he had his store, and they had their store.
Okay.
And all the other part that's now the lab. Mm-hmm. We call it the health lab.
The fit lab. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, you were born here, but how did your grandfather or your father come to Owatonna, Edith?
Oh,
would you want to share that?
Actually, I've been to Switzerland twice, to the little town where Grandma and Grandpa Zamboni came from.
Okay.
Oschiavo, Switzerland. But Grandpa was a gunsmith. He was trained in Paris, and his specialty was dueling pistols. But dueling went out of fashion, as you probably can learn from the Clay Hamilton, or if that's related to that.
Aaron Burr.
And so they needed to go someplace where he could use his trade. And so they had other relatives who had already come to the United States, I think St. Louis mostly. And they said, where could they use a gunsmith? And they said, go to Minnesota because they are great hunters up there.
Wow.
A lot of things to hunt.
And so it started out, Grandpa made the guns. He had his gun rack back.
So would you say they traveled here, what, via covered wagon? Is that how they got here?
Oh, I think they came up on a train.
A train or covered wagon?
This would have been, what? They didn't come here until after the Civil War. That's a big exodus from Europe, is after our Civil War quit.
Okay.
And so
it looked like they were always going back and forth on the train.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in their business too.
Mm-hmm. So,
and you see, our grandparents died before we were born, so it's all just sort of hearsay for us.
Okay. So you remember the Zamboni building being
having a new front put on it.
Young children in that building, correct? Now, you have a delightful sense of humor. Would you say your mom and dad had a great sense of humor?
Yes, they both did.
Uh-huh.
And they were both great bridge players.
And they were really smart and well educated. Neither one of them went to college, but they were really smart.
So did your father follow in your grandfather's footsteps? What did he do as a merchant, or what did he do to provide for the family here?
No, there were four brothers.
Mm-hmm.
The oldest one, who happened to be a senator for Steele County in Waseca, Uncle Bill, and he was a pharmacist. And
Uncle Emil became a gunsmith.
The oldest brother was the apprentice to Grandpa, so he was a gunsmith. Then they started the business down there, which is sort of a general, it started out with ammunition and then sporting goods, and then they built a garage, and then they sold cars.
Wow.
And our dad was the head mechanic. He chose not to go to college. His mother had a broken hip or something. We never did quite get what was wrong with her, but she had to be lifted around. And they lived up above the building. So,
we were.
So the Zamboni brothers were very industrious. They kind of did, it sounds like they did their own thing.
Oh, they all did.
But very talented.
And I think our dad decided not to go to college. I think he wanted to help take care of his mother. He was a very, very helpful kind of a person. And he ran the garage.
So we have a little background on your family and how you got here. How many brothers and sisters were in your immediate family then?
Well, there were four in our family. We're the end of the line, and we're all that's left right now. And so Jean and I had an older sister, Betty, worked at Federated for 45 years, supported the family. Bill was the other one. And then when our dad's first wife died with the childbirth of their third child, she died, and so then it became our part of our family.
And longevity is shared in your family. Why don't you share the ages of your brothers and sisters? They lived very long and productive lives, right?
Betty was the youngest. She died at 83, death-wise, 83. I think Bill was 90 also.
Wow.
Well, I think he was 94, wasn't he?
Billy?
Anyway, and Mother was 94, and Daddy was just short of 90. Daddy. He's still Daddy to us, you know.
So where did you go to school here in Owatonna?
St. Mary's.
Okay.
The Little Red Schoolhouse Kindergarten. And then at Roosevelt, which has part of that building still here. And then St. Mary's Academy, which was not at all the building that is over at Marion now.
And Edith, high school.
Yeah. What games did you enjoy? What did you do for fun as you got older children, you know, your school aged? What did you do for fun during the day? What were some things you enjoyed? What did people do here? We didn't have the water park.
We played a lot. No, we didn't do any.
We studied a lot, and we played in the sandboxes around the neighborhood.
Yeah, we played kick the can and any over and
pig school. Up
we
and down
pretended
the
we
steps.
were mountain climbers. We were outside a lot.
We only
We
had
didn't
two-
have television, see, so we had a lot of imagination.
Yeah, we were very creative.
Pretended stuff a lot.
Now, did Mom and Dad require you to pitch in around the house?
Oh, you betcha, we all had chores.
Okay, what were some of those?
I'm still thinking of them when I dust the steps, when I sweep the kitchen floor, when I set the table, and we
In high
rotated
school,
what
we
did.
finally got allowances because we said other kids have allowances, so we finally got a quarter a week.
So
But one of us had to do the dusting and the other one
so you were
do the dishes.
you were a team, it sounds like. Did your parents have a strong ethic towards education?
You bet.
Okay.
So
did
and work too.
all right. And do you attribute that to you're both college participants and graduates?
We both have master's degrees.
Right. What do you attribute that to?
Hard work.
Because really, that was back in a time, ladies, when a lot of women did not go to school, go to college, let alone.
Mother graduated from Canfield School, which was the equivalent of Business College in Owatonna. You know, that building is still here.
Right. So where did you, Edith, go to college?
Well, we started out at Winona State.
Teachers College.
Yeah, it was known as Winona State Teachers College at that time.
And you went to the same.
Oh, we
same
went
college?
together. We
Okay.
worked 2 years before that here in Owatonna. Saved our money so we could be working our way to college, but we did it before we went. And so we were there until I left in the middle of my junior year to enter the convent.
Okay, great. And you went on to graduate and you got a degree in?
Yes, art and English and speech.
Okay, well, we want to hear what happened after you got these degrees and where life had taken you after that. So we will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. So please stay with us.
Hi, Brad here from Owatonna Senior Place. Our goal at Senior Place is to involve, enrich, and empower adults 50 years of age or better to live as independently as possible in our communities. We do this by promoting wellness through recreational, educational, and social opportunities, as well as being a referral source for services available within our area. Activities and programming at our center emphasize creating and maintaining independence in all phases of life. Come see what Senior Place has to offer. Live full, live well, and live long.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, I'm Betsy Linger from the Owatonna Foundation. Your generosity has made Owatonna a better place to live by benefiting our community, the arts, recreation, and education. Please consider a donation today. The Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
At Triumph Graphics, we think beyond ink. That's why you should make us your source for creative concept, design, print, mail, and web. Check us out today at triumphgraphics.com.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We're on location at the Owatonna Arts Center, and we're having a conversation with the Zamboni twins, Owatonna's very own, I can really say that. Born and raised here, correct?
That's right.
Well, ladies, when we left for the break, we were talking about you're going to college, and a time when a lot of people didn't go to college. So, Jean, let's start with you. You completed your degree, and what did you major in?
I majored in art, education, and speech and English with a music minor. And I started out teaching in Montevideo, Minnesota, where they had not had an art department, so I got to set that up and had the 4 elementary schools. I got to those on my bike. And I had the junior high, only I didn't know that. I had senior high and the elementary.
And when I got there, the superintendent said, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, Miss Zamboni, you're going to have junior high 4 sections too." And that's kind of the way my life has gone. The simple jobs all mushroomed into kind of pile it on. So I was in Montevideo for a couple of years, and then I went to Red Wing, I went to Winona, I went back to Red Wing. The first time I'd been junior high and high school, I went back and ran the elementary school program. And then I went to Winona, did I say, and then to Mankato State, and then to Illinois State University, and that was the pits, and I came back, and my friend Alice Ottinger and I were then into Oz Press and did our silkscreen printing, and most people in Owatonna would know us as that, as we were Oz Press.
And their images are up there at the press.
Yes, we're in the library at the Art Center. And so if you want to see us look down on somebody, we're really painted up there. This is Lynette Yencho's
It's kind of like
masterpiece
you
here.
can come in here and look and go, where's the Zamboni twins?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
be
Oh,
part
yeah,
of it.
that's where the fish are coming out of Sylvan's window. Yeah, okay.
Let me ask you, you said you were an art and music major. Were these things that were promoted through your family life? Did you play an instrument? What made you decide to go in music?
Yes, well, we took music piano lessons. And then in high school, they had 2 instruments to rent when we went to Owatonna High School. And she being taller than I am, she got to play the cello, and I had the viola. But they never told me until after I had turned it in at the end that I ever needed a chin rest even for it. So that's.
So as part of your degree, did you teach those things?
No.
It just was part of your degree for you, so to
that
speak.
was part of a high school, just something, because you belonged to everything, and those were the warriors when we went to college, and therefore, you got to pull the curtain when they had programs. There were no men when we went. So it was.
Right, and you had mentioned you went to college and were able to do that because you worked ahead, and it was during wartime.
Oh, yes.
So there were openings because a lot of the gentlemen were overseas, is that correct?
Not in the beginning.
No?
Not
We
in the
weren't
beginning.
we weren't Rosie the Riveters, but we were working, and then when we had enough, we went to college, and there were no men around for college. On at Winona State, which is where we went, with teachers' college, we were down to, just before the war ended, we were down to like 132 people. We were all women. Finally, the men started coming back. There were finally 5 of them.
And then there was the flood of them.
Yeah, and then it became mostly a man's college.
Well, Edith, let's talk about your college career. You both went to the same college, and then something happened after sophomore year. You want to share that intimate story about your calling?
Well, in the middle of my junior year, I was praying about it. And we were having normal lives. We were participating in everything, and I thought, gosh, I'm getting to be, what am I going to be, 21, 22? Here I am, a junior in college, and Lord, what am I supposed to be doing? If I'm supposed to get married, please send the right fellow along here, and if it's something else, just let me know.
Yeah.
Life is moving on. And just a drive to, like a call, they talk about a call, and so I just felt called. I went out to the College of St. Teresa, where one of our old family friends was the head of the dean of students at the time, and had to visit. And she said, "Have you ever thought about entering the convent?" And I said, she was a sister, and I said, "Well, I have given it a little bit of thought right now." And within a couple of weeks, I was
So you
was gone, and I had 2 closets full of similar clothes.
So you had double the fun, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Or you didn't have to wash the clothes as often, right?
But anyway, so then I entered the Sisters of St. Francis of Rochester, Minnesota. That's my community. And so my permanent address still, even though I've missioned in a lot of different places,
is still Assisi Heights in Rochester.
So you never retire from being a nun.
No.
Your calling is for life.
That's right.
And,
yes.
And so you're not retired. You just don't teach. Which take us back in college. Once you became a nun, you taught many things. And share with our viewers what that was.
Primarily, I've always been an educator, and in the beginning, because my speech and drama was my master's,
which you
and
got
I
in
taught
Washington.
at Catholic University in Washington D.C. is where I got my degree. But so I directed plays, and I taught English, and I taught speech, and I taught Spanish.
Say where. I said where I was.
In the different high schools here in the diocese. I started out at Lourdes High School, and from Lourdes I was at St. Augustine, which became Pacelli High School in Austin, and then I was sent to Cotter High School
in Winona.
And from there I was one of those selected to start our school down in Bogota, Colombia.
Wow.
And so I was one of the first 5 sent there. And I was there for 2 years, and Jean came down during one of the years and taught with us down there.
I bet Bogota was never the same.
It was never the same. And they've had the war going down there ever since, Right now they're going for peace. But the school that we started, Colegio Santa Francisca Romana, was the name of it, and it is the #1 colegio in the whole country of Colombia.
Wow.
And the little school that we started for the poor, St. Francis Anexo, it's another one, and they are also in the top 10 of the best schools
in the country.
So we're very proud of our tradition.
So when you look back, your calling was the right thing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so you've never looked back. You knew it was...
Well, you look back, but then you decide that the commitment you made was a life commitment, and you can't do better than marrying the Lord, in a sense. And he's been faithful to me.
So how was life for you all those years when she was down in Colombia? Did you write letters? How did you stay in touch?
Oh, well, I went down. I volunteered too. Actually, I'm a Peace Corps reject.
Oh.
I mean, how many people walking around and say, yes, I had my physical up at Fort Snelling. Yes, I did. Went through all that business, and I was all ready to go, which they finally had said, you're going to be sent to Thailand. And and my friend Alice, she said, you can just get your little bunk can come over to my place, and you just stay there until they call you. So that was in Mankato. And she said, yes, the FBI has been here to check on you, and it's all set. I thought, oh, now I have to tell my mother. Oh, God.
She wouldn't let us join she won't let us join the military in the Second World War.
Anyway, so I was just getting prepared to be able to tell my mother I'm going to the Orient. When I got the phone call, and they said, you cannot join the Peace Corps. You have to go see your doctor and find out why.
Oh, no. That's a scary call to get.
Yeah, and all it was is because I put on my information to the government
application
that I had psoriasis, which you see advertised all the time. People are always diving into the swimming pool thinking about psoriasis. Well, anyway, and I was better off then. I had it sometimes when it was all over my face and everything, but I was in really good shape when I went for that physical. But I had said that because I thought if I go down there and I blow up with something, they're going to say, why didn't you say that?
Oh, okay.
Well, that was it. So no Peace Corps. So I went over to the Mother House and I said, Mother Callista, I'm a reject, but I would love to put in a year down there with the sisters. Okay, you go. So I went down, they didn't know what to do with me, so they called me a papal volunteer. And what did I get? I think I got $30 a month.
That's more than we
It was so I could buy a Rwanda down on the street down in Bogota. Yeah.
So when did you come back stateside?
Well, our dad was dying. That was one of the reasons. And I had terrible amoebic dysentery when I was there. It almost killed me. And I had come down with a strange, some kind of strange malady. I was turning purple Of course, it's cold up there in the Andes Mountains too. But I was turning purple, and when our Mother General came down to visit, she saw what I looked like. And one of our sisters at the Mother House in Rochester had just died that looked like that. And she thought, maybe you've got what Sister Isabel had. And anyway, I didn't, but anyway, for a lot of the rest of my life, changed, and I went different places doing different things as a result, really, of either a misdiagnosis or a miracle many years later, because they said that I had scleroderma, and that, eventually that's what I would die of, I guess. And so I needed to be in a warmer climate, and that really changed the direction of where I went and what I did for all those years when I was no longer teaching in high school and college. And
so what year did you both come back here to Owatonna, to your family home? How did you all, with all these worldly experiences and interesting adventures, how did you end up back here in Owatonna?
well, I came back with Alice. I came back because Mother was sick, and Betty could hardly take care of things anymore, and she had retired from Federated after 45 years, and so said, please come home. So Alice and I came home, and that's how we got here. And that was in 1970 or 71. And I've been here ever since. Half of my life I've spent in Owatonna. That's why we love Owatonna.
So you've been here now together since 1972, correct? Or
no, I had a lot of different places and did a lot of different things.
All right.
And what was our sister Betty was ill, and I wanted to come home and be helpful to Jean. His mother had died, Eddie died, Bill had died, was no longer here. And so it was about 19 then I declared myself retired in the new millennium.
Okay. All righty. We have to take time out for a commercial break and to hear a word from our sponsors. And hopefully we can continue and hear the story after you came back to Owatonna, what the Zamboni twins have been up to. And some more words of wisdom. So we will take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. So please stay with us.
Hi, my name is Dave Effertz with TPS Insurance. We're here to handle all your insurance needs. We are a very proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We hope you enjoyed visiting with the delightful Zamboni twins and hearing about their life. Well, we want to thank you for joining us today, and we hope you'll join us on Friday when we'll be visiting with Les Abraham, who's our past councilman at large, and we're going to hear about all his 25 years of service here in Owatonna. And then later on, we'll be on location at the Owatonna Arts Center for the Children's Views of Christmas. Until then, you have a great day, and we'll see you on Friday.